Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is Outside of Medicine, continue the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. Hard grief came sweeping over the children's heads, unbeatable, irrepressible. He was the city's Hessian, always, even though he came from foreign parts and a mass of allies marched at his command. But he excelled them all in battle, always. So now they went at Argives out for blood. And furious for Sarpedon, Hector swung them round. But the Argives surged to Patroclus. Savage spirit, he spurred the Aeneans first, both ablaze for battle. Ajax, come, now thrilled to fight as before, brave among the brave, but now the braver still. Their captains down, the first to storm our walls, the great Sarpedon, if only we could seize his body. Mutilate him, shame him, tear his gear from his back, and any comrade of his who tries to shield his corpse. Bring that enemy down with ruthless bronze. Urging so, but his men already burned to drive the Trojans off, and both armies now pulling their lines tighter, Trojans and Lycians, Myrmidons and Achaeans close around the corpse to launch in battle. Terrible war cries, stark crashing of armored men, and across the onslaught Zeus swept murderous night, to make the pitched battle over his own dear son a brutal, blinding struggle. Here at the first assault the Trojans shouldered back the feared-eyed Achaeans. A Myrmidon has been hit, and now their last man, dauntless Agacro's son, renowned Epicurus. He ruled Bodin's fortress town in the old days. But then, having killed some high-born cousin, fled to Peleus and glistening Thetis, begged for his own life, and they sent him off with Achilles, breaker of man, east to Stallion country to fight and die in Troy. He had just gasped the corpse when shining Hector smashed his head with a rock, and his whole skull split in his massive helmet. Down he slammed on Sarpedon's body, face first. The courage-shattering death engulfed his corpse. Grief for his dead companion seized Patroclus now. He tore through front-line fighters, swift as a hawk, diving to scatter across the fear-struck stallions. Straight at the Lycians, Patroclus, O my rider, straight at the pressing Trojan rank you swooped. Enraged at your comrade's death and struck Sthenelus, Aethymenius' favorite son, a big rock to the neck, snapped the tendons down to the skull's base, so the front gave ground and flashing Hector too, though only as far as a long slim appear can fly. When a man tests his hurling strength in the games, or in war when enemy fighters close to crush his life. So far the Trojans gave as the Argives drove them back. But Glaucus was first, lord of Lycia's shieldsman now. The first to turn, and he killed the gallant Bochicos, Chacon's pride's son, who had made his home in Hellas, excelling the male maidens all in wealth and fortune. Now, just as the man was about to catch Glaucus, Glaucus suddenly spun and struck. He stabbed his chest, ripped him down with a crush. A heavy blow to the Argives, one of the brave one down, a great joy to the Trojans, massing packs of them swarming round the corpse, but Achaeans' forces never slacked their drive. Their juggernaut fury bore them breakneck on, and there Meriones killed the Trojan captain, Longinus, daring son of Onetor, priest of Zeus. Idaean Zeus and his land revered him like a god. Meriones gouged him under the jaw and ear. His spirit flew from his limbs, and hateful darkness gripping him. Just then Aeneas hurled his brazen spear at Meriones, hoping to hit the man as he charged behind his shield. But he eyed Aeneas straight on. He dodged the bronze, ducking down with a quick lunge, and behind his back the heavy spear shaft plunged and stuck in the earth. The butt end, quivering into the air, still suddenly rugged. Ares snuffed its fury out. Dead still, the weapon shaking, planted fast in the ground. His whole arm's power poured in a wasted shot. Aeneas flared in anger, shouting out, "Meriones, great dancer as you are, my spear would have stopped your dancing days. For good, if only I had hit you." The hardy spearman Meriones shot back, "Aeneas, great man of war as you are, you'll find it hard to quench the fire of every man who fights you. You too are made of mortal stuff, I'd say, and I, if I'd lanced your guts with bronze, strong as you are and cocksure of your hands, you'd give me glory now. You'd give your life to the famous horseman Death." But Patroclus, nerved for battle, dressed him down. "Meriones, brave as you are, why bluster on this way? Trust me, my friend, you'll never force the Trojans back from his corpse with a few stinging taunts. Earth will bury many a man before that. Come, the proof of battle is action, proof of words, debate. No time for speeches now, it's time to fight." Breaking off, he led the way as Meriones followed, staunch as a god, and loud as the roar goes up when men cut timber deep in the mountain glades, and the pounding din of axes echoes miles away. So the pound and the thud of blows came rising up from the broad earth, from the trampled paths of war, and bronze shields and tough plied hider struck hard as the swords and two-edged spearheads stabbed against them. Not even a hawk-eyed scout could still make out Sarpedon, the man's magnificent body covered over head to toe, buried under a mass of weapons. Blood and dust, but they still kept swarming round and round the corpse, like flies in a sheepfold, buzzing over the brimming pools. In the first spring days, when the buckets flood with milk. So veteran troops kept swarming round the corpse, never pausing, nor did mighty Zeus for a moment turn his shining eyes from the clash of battle. He kept them fixed on the struggling mass forever, the father spirit churning, thrashing out the ways, the numberless ways to cause Patroclus slaughter, to kill him too in his present bloody rampage. Over Sarpedon's splendid body, Hector in glory cutting Patroclus down with hacking bronze, then tearing the handsome war gear off his back, or let him take still more, piling up his kills. As Zeus turned things over, that way seemed the best. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.